So lately, I've been having some thoughts about accountability when it comes to being accountable for your feelings, making somebody else accountable for your feelings, and how that accountability actually happens. So even in my personal life, I realize that you have to make people accountable for your feelings, but they won't be accountable for your feelings if they're not accountable for their feelings. So this only can happen if you come to the realization that one, your feelings are important, two, their feelings are important, and three, the both of your feelings are important to each other. So they can be important to you individually, but if you're in any type of relationship, those feelings need to be accounted for collectively. So I always say that if you be the best individual you can be, and I be the best individual I can be, then we can be the best collectively. And that applies to also the emotions and the feeling part of it as well. So what happens is, if you're not accountable for my feelings, that means you don't care what I do. You could care less about how you treat me. You could care less about how I treat you because you have no accountability to my feelings. And on the flip side, if I'm not accountable for your feelings, then it works the same way. It's the same premise. I don't care what you do. I don't care about how I treat you. I don't care about how you feel when I do stuff or don't do stuff because there's no accountability there. Now, if I make you accountable for my feelings because how I feel about myself and because of how I feel about the way that you feel about me, then that's when we're actually getting somewhere. And if you can't be accountable for my feelings, then we need not have any interaction with each other on that level. So it all comes down to you knowing that you're accountable for your feelings, making sure that that other person is accountable for your feelings, you being accountable for their feelings, and then an accountability factor can really be had. Because if not, then I think the two of you are just wasting time individually and collectively. So the more that you're able to understand what accountability is in the realm of feelings, the more you'll better be able to understand where you're going to go with this person, what point you're at with this person, and how to even improve with this person. So those are factors that help to determine the status, the state, and the growth and the life of a relationship when you become accountable for somebody's feelings. So many people don't want to become accountable for other people's feelings because they've never had to. And they've never had to because nobody has ever thought to say, okay, you're going to care about how I feel. I'm going to care about how you feel. So once you bring this to the light, if the person goes the other way, right away you know they don't want to be accountable for your feelings. They don't want to be accountable for their feelings. So now you have a better understanding and a much more clear depiction of the relationship that you have with that person or the type of relationship you thought you had with that person. So you have to move forward. You have to move on. You have to be honest with yourself. They have to be honest with their self. But most importantly, you have to be accountable for feelings on all sides. Cool.